Hey, so amazing. You see how they playing? Live wire, it's all about sports and entertainment. You don't want to miss it, so official like you never seen. Keep it going till the whistle blowing from the referee. Everything from highlights and stats. You know that we gotta run it back, whether on the field or the court. You know that this is where it's at. Subscribe, no delaying. This is Live Wire, sports and entertainment. Let's go.
All right, what's good, everyone? Welcome to another edition to Live Wire Sports Media. This is your Monday motivation. So, since last Saturday, there's been a lot of content about Caitlin Clark incident with Tina Pow. And the one incident was when Pow was hugging her and Caitlin Clark used her forearm to separate. And then, she hit a step back three. But see, the narrative was on X was they showed a whole sequence. The sequence was Caitlin Clark pushed off to separate to hit a three, where Tina Pow used a step back and then had to use a push off. But see, little do they know, in that sequence, Tina Pow blocked Caitlin Clark, hugged her for getting past her. So Caitlin Clark gave her a little shove to separate to hit a step back three. Now, when Caitlin Clark was guarding Pow, Caitlin Clark never touched her. Caitlin Clark was going stride by stride. She was moving a little too fast. And Pow did a step back on her. Caught Caitlin off guard. Caitlin never touched her. She took the shot. But the thing about it is that a lot of these players in the league are very handsy when it comes to Caitlin Clark. When you have to pick up a player 94 feet and you still, because and you still can't stop them, and guess what? That goes to show you pretty much how dominant that person is. And the fact of the matter is that this is also Caitlin Clark has to create separation because the defenders are touching her so much. They constantly touching her all the time. Now, you look at this with Pow right here. Pow got her hands all over her to stop Caitlin from going by. So guess what Caitlin had to do? Caitlin had to put the forearm on her, push her back a little bit. We see a lot of players in the NBA and the WUs, they push off. A lot of women in the WNBA push off a lot. They don't use their speed to get past there. They push off. All of them does it. They all do it. But they want to make like Caitlin can't use her ability to get past people. If you look at it in the game, there was a play that Caitlin Clark got a rebound and ran past Ryan Howard all the way for a layup. So therefore, she has used her ability, the separation, and she has blown by defenders. She has broken ankles. Pow didn't want to be on the highlight reel because, trust me, she almost got on the highlight reel when she stumbled back when Caitlin gave her a little forearm. So I'm going to show you the play that is talked about because there's two angles of this. This is the first.
Sophie Cunningham deciding to reset things. Step back triple.
That's the first one. That's the one that Pow had a hand all over each other. Now, that was regular time. You couldn't see it as much. But the more you keep watching it, the more you see it a whole lot more. Now, here's the other angle. I'm going to show you one more time. You see how Pow had her hands all over Caitlin Clark, not letting her get to that side? That's not defense. That's an automatically foul. And the bad thing about it is, the referees is not calling it. They're not calling it because, trust me, if you want them to call an offensive foul, now Caitlin Clark has never been called for offensive foul as I can remember in her first year in the WNBA, and she has used a forearm to create separation because defenders is all over her, and the referees do not call a foul at all because they draped all over her. That's a foul all day long. Caitlin Clark could be averaging almost 20 free throws a game because the fact of the matter is that they be fouling her. We've seen it in this preseason game. We've seen it in the one against Brazil. They don't want to call a foul on Caitlin Clark, but they're gonna have to. They're gonna have to because I guarantee you, Stephanie White is not gonna allow Caitlin Clark to get fouled and nothing's being done. They're going to be sending letters to the front office to the WNBA, and they're gonna have to do something about the referees. The referees is really out here trying to go against Caitlin Clark. She shoots a three, she gets hit, falls down, they don't call nothing. Pow had her hands all over her, no foul call. That should have been an instant foul right then and there. And then the bad thing about it, the referee was right there the whole time. Now, some people gonna say, well, it's preseason. It's preseason. I don't care if it's preseason. Your job is to make the call. But nevertheless, as great as Caitlin is, she separated herself and hit the three. Now, it would have been crazy if the referee called an offensive foul on her when she just got fouled. That would have been crazy. Then there was one play that she did get fouled, and she went back and talked to the referee, and Sophie had to got her away. You know what I'm saying? Because they know Caitlin Clark is coming after them this year. They know Caitlin Clark is coming after them this year. And the fact of the matter is that these referees have shown last year, and they stopped to show this year, that they're not going to give Caitlin Clark the calls. Caitlin Clark is going to have to take the call. The one play when Caitlin Clark drove under the basket, Ryan Howell fouled her. She didn't get the call. Then on top of that, DeWanda Barner got fouled right under the basket with her and fell down, and nothing was called. And it's always certain referees. For me personally, if I was Stephanie White, this is what I would do. Before the first game of the season kick off, I would send a memo to the league and say, look, these are videos evidence that Caitlin Clark is being fouled and she's not being called for this, and the players is not being called for the foul. This needs to change. This needs to change. And they need to go down there and start putting pressure on these referees to make the call. They call these little ticky-tack fouls on everything else, but they can't call a common foul that's being evident. That don't even make sense at all. We see in the NBA that SGA, he creates his fouls by flopping into the person, by jumping into the person. That's an offensive foul in itself. You can't jump into a person to create a foul. That's offensive foul. Caitlin Clark is glaringly using her ability to drive past or whatever the case may be, and they're not allowing her to. And they holding her, blocking her, face guarding her, putting their hands on her face. They need to be called for all of that. To be honest with you, they need to be called for all of that. It don't make no sense for this girl to not get the calls that she need to be getting called for. So me personally, I would send a warning to the league if I was Stephanie White to get this under wraps before the start of the season, because I'm telling you, these referees are not on Caitlin Clark's side. They're not. I don't know what it is, but are they getting paid? They're getting paid under the table, or whatever the case might be. But I could tell you this: this not gonna fly. This, for me, it's not gonna fly at all. Because if I see bad refereeing in every game, I'm gonna call it out. Every video, whether the Fever win or lose, I'm going to call it out because it needs to be brought to attention. These referees need to have their feet held to the fire and stop being so biased and make the right call. There's no way Tina Pow should be on Caitlin Clark like that. And then people out there sitting and say, well, Caitlin Clark, she can't separate, she can't get past her defender because she has to push off. Well, I would have to push off too if I say have somebody riding on the back of my neck the whole time, hugging me around the waist like we doing a tango or something. That just shows how fearful that the defenders are of Caitlin Clark because they got to hold her. I mean, Tina Pow literally hugged this girl. This stuff is getting out of hand, folks. It's getting completely out of hand, and the season has not even started yet. This is why, me personally, I don't like refereeing at all from no level. I don't care if it's baseball, football, college football, NBA, whatever the case. I do not like referees at all because it's like they into these betting things. And I think a lot of these referees are into these betting polls, or they got something on the line, or somebody's paying them under the table to say, hey, do not make these calls against her. You can make calls against everybody else, but don't give her the calls. We've seen it last year. I've seen it so many times in the NFL to it's ridiculous with the Kansas City Chiefs. I mean, guys holding, face masking. It's so blatant that what can you do? And then if you get to the podium and you criticize the referees and you get mad at them, guess what the league gonna do? They're gonna fine you. They're gonna fine you. So right now, to me, if I was Stephanie White, I would automatically send this to the league and tell them straight up, we're not going for it this season. We are not going for Caitlin Clark not getting fouls called. So, and then I would take it to, I would say take it to the WNBAPA, but they too biased too. They ain't really gonna do nothing. But I would get somebody involved, attorneys or somebody involved, because this is ridiculous. The season has not even started yet. And this girl is getting guarded 94 feet. Again, she's going to be the only player in the league to ever get played 94 feet because she can hit from distance the way she hits. She can make plays the way she does. Nobody else in the league is as efficient that y'all say Paige Beckers is in mid-range game. She don't even get picked up like that. She can't, because she can't get past people like that. She's not a threat. Caitlin Clark is a threat. She's a threat on the court. And these players know that. You hear what Tina Pow said? Caitlin Clark put a 3 in her face. So she had to get her get back. So she took it as a challenge. That's competitiveness. I can't be mad at her at that. That's competitiveness. But the referee should have called a foul on the other end. That's all I'm saying. Make it make sense to me. Like, comment, subscribe. Until the next episode. This is Live Wire Sports Media. Your Motivation Monday. See you when I see you. Peace.
Hey, so amazing. You see how they playing? Live Wire. It's all about sports and entertainment. You don't want to miss it. So official like you never seen. Keep it going till the whistle blowing from the referee. Everything from highlights and stats. You know that we gotta run it back. Whether on the field or the court. You know that this is where it's at. Subscribe, no delaying. This is Live Wire. Sports and entertainment. Let's go.